Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Well, welcome back. Okay, let me get the YouTube chat out real quick so that way I can always see what you guys are saying. Okay, let me get the just let's hear a repeat of my voice. Here we go. Perfect. Then we go to here. Did I do it right? Yep, edit. And then there, on, automatic. And complete. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, well, this was a tunnel that I just created. I was able to do this off camera before I just started streaming, and I completed it. So this is a tunnel that connects the high school, Grover High, to this house, which this house is very freaking cool. I didn't know this until CW and I discovered this, but it also has a tunnel already with it that connects to the motel over here. So we're going to go through here. I have God mode on. Let me get rid of this garage door. And we're going to go down to the basement. Okay, we go down here. This way, I think. Yep, go down here. And this is where the construction starts. Or at least where I started construction. Let me get rid of this. Okay. I'm definitely going to need some arrows to figure out where everything's at. But here's the basement. I got this blocked off. This is another area that I was going to carve out at some point. It's just another entranceway to, or tunnel somewhere else. I labeled this all. This is a power source with a power bank. This one holds over 55,000 watts of power. So instead of having, for the one at the high school, I have about 8.5 generators that I could be using, but I use this one specific mod to where I only have to have one power source because I'd rather not listen to a generator on every single time and also have to go to each individual generator just to fill it up with gas. I'd rather just stick with one. There's nothing power-wise on this yet. Right now it's just under construction. But this is a tunnel that I just got done doing. Let me turn the map icon off now. There we go. This is my tunnel. It looks like it's been dented in, but maybe not. It has collapsed one time so far. One time during construction. But we're good now. Well, when I say we're good, we're almost good. We have this tiny little section to connect. And hopefully I don't collapse it. This is also my underground tunnel to from the high school all the way out to the parking lot, which is an escape hatch. Which is why I also created another way to get to the house. CW came up with a solution to have multiple ways. So this one's out to the parking lot, and I'll show you when I walk down here. And then this one goes down to that motel. And let me just show you. It's I got criticized about this yesterday, about putting a lot of thought into my build than putting it into like a birthday present or whatever for people. That was my comparison. Putting so much thought into this than I do into a birthday present. Also, CW called it Cone High, and he liked to make it pink. Why, I have no idea. So all my exterior doors that enter into the building have a camera system. The camera system goes to the door. And then the door goes to a pressure plate on the inside of the door. So whenever I have to run outside, I just go on the pressure plate, the door opens, and then I can get out. The only reason I didn't put a pressure plate on the outside of the door and did a camera function is because I want the camera to detect me and not a zombie. So for those who've not played 7 Days to Die, you can target yourself and your allies. If the person is, let's just say CW was a stranger, he wasn't part of my crew, it would then target him if I clicked on that, or it would toggle a zombie. So you can do different things with traps and delays and everything like that. So for my allies, I do it for myself and them. So if I go here, I have it set up to where it's in this zone, and the camera sees me and then it automatically opens the door. There you go. And it's all because of that green light. If the green light doesn't see you, it closes. So you got to be like right here, which I did that for a protection, like a failsafe. So that way I'm not all the way back here fighting off a horde of zombies, and then it opens. And then I'm screwed because a zombie somehow made it past this way and got in the door, all that stuff. So I want to make it as close as possible to open the doors. This is my power system, and I labeled them because I am using one power source, and they're all hooked up to a switch. So this turns on my turrets, this turns on my indoor lights, my indoor doors. I only have like 6 of them. They're all hooked up to a camera system, so that way if I'm getting chased by a zombie, let's just say I'm getting chased from a zombie on the outside here, I can run in real quick, and that door will automatically close, and the zombies will stay out. I have turrets on the inside that will take them out. I got turrets everywhere. I got turrets here, there, all around here, so that if I'm stuck, I mean, I picked out this open space for a reason. And looks like we had a breach right there. Did not even know about that. I still have to do steel around this whole entire thing, so that way they can't break through and destroy half a side. That's on the to-do list, but I wanted to get everything else set up. So if I do turrets, the only light switch connected to the turrets is that and that. So if I go turn off that, it turns off the spotlights. It also turns off every single turret that I have on the property. And you'll see here, if I interact with it, there's no camera feed, which means that it's completely turned off. And then if I go back in here, turn it back on, you're going to hear that noise. And there's a camera feed. So it's already on. And my favorite part to show people, CW was baffled when he saw this. Oh, it's doing this little glitch. Some of them do the glitch, some of them do not. But there's, oh my god, now I got a phone call. Hold on. Okay, we're back to it. And then outdoor doors. Outdoor doors is for this. So for instance, I want to turn that off. Then the cameras will no longer work, which, as you see, I can't go outside. We're trapped in here. That's only for the outdoor doors, not for the indoor. I did not want to do that. But it kind of helps in general. So like if you're on lockdown, you like set the entire system on lockdown. Cool. You know you're not going to be exiting the premises. And you should probably use the emergency hatch, which I'll show you guys here in a moment. But we'll turn that back on. Indoor doors, it's exactly what it means. Up, can't go nowhere. So that's kind of a problem if that ever gets turned off. North, south, east, and west detection systems. My favorite thing. It took a hot minute for me to do this. And I also didn't realize that there was a mod that had letters. So I was able to add letters. I had a mod that had a traffic light. And to give you guys a perspective of what that does, we're going to go with this traffic light. We'll do the one that has... I thought there was one that said centered. But I guess we'll go with this one. Did not drag? Didn't drag. Oh, I already have one. Drag you out. Drag you in. Okay, so here is my traffic light. This is not the correct one, but it is. It will do what needs to be done. So then here is, well, actually, we will get rid of that. We will just put it right here. Okay, there's traffic light. Here is a switch. We're gonna hook power to switch to then traffic light. So now power's off and power's on. So what this does in the traffic light world, well, actually, hold on. Nope, I failed. So we're gonna hook a camera. This is how this works. So it goes power, yep, okay. Power, then camera, then this. Okay. So pretend that switch is a switch on the wall. So when that switch is on, which it is currently on, the camera is on. So now, if you look, the light is off, but once this camera detects me, the traffic light turns on. So this is my way of showing on the north side, south side, east side, and west side of this building. And you'll see at the top of my header, you'll see north. That's northwest. That's west. South. You get the gist. It says it up there by the days and the times. But anytime, and under this little thing, if I toggle it with zombie, obviously this camera's not going to detect me anymore. It's only going to detect the zombie. So when a zombie is detected, and I am in lockdown mode, once I go into lockdown mode, it will tell me what side they're approaching from. So that way I can move my operations, my gun, depending on where I'm at, if I'm in this room, and I can see where they're coming from. So if they're coming from the north, and there's a lot of activity coming from the north, that red light will turn on. And they will all turn on, especially if they're coming from all different directions, and I'm screwed. But yeah, that's what that is. And it's pretty cool. I put a lot of thought into that, which is where I got that comment from initially. Outdoor spotlights. So it looks like daytime out here. Well, it did look like daytime out here. Are they off? I'm confused. I think that was just a glitch. Because now the spotlights are on. I don't know if it just waited till we got to a certain time, or I don't know. But all those spotlights are on the roof. That is specifically just for the outside ones. There's nothing on the inside that affects it. This just goes for after daylight hours, I can manually turn it on. And here's all those cameras I was talking about. So each direction that these cameras are facing, so like this one is facing the north, those cameras will then tell me what side they're coming from. Now the tunnel that you guys saw that ran underneath here, this comes over here. And only these turrets and spotlights will be functional. Do I see a... oh, no, that's just a crate. This will only turn on via the power switch underneath the ground. And I'll go show you that. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I think I put a lot of thought into that too. A lot of this came in with thought. Let's see if this is hooked up. I think it is. So we got it running down from there, hooks to the switch, then hooks to the camera, which then hooks to that. So we're gonna hook the camera to then this bad boy right here, or is it backwards? No. So it's this. So actually, that's already going to that. Oh yeah, I gotta reconnect it. So then I gotta go here and then there. And then from there, I want to, I think this is how this works. I didn't add this last part yet, but I want you guys to hear it in action when it works. So now I go here, and then it should be able to go under shape. So this is a mod, and it has so many tones for it. And I think this is the one that I use. I think it's the biohazard alarm. I don't think it's the nuclear one. It's one of these two. Yeah, it's definitely not that one. We'll test it out. And I could possibly be wrong. Well, let's test it out right now. We'll just use an example. Go right here. Let's get rid of the switch so I don't accidentally think it's something. Hello? There you go. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. I found it. Okay, so we're going to put it about right here. I don't want it to be that close to the building. And see, you have a certain distance with the rope. So I gotta add... Nope, terrible. Why do I see flashing light in there? I don't know. I'm curious what that is. So I go here, and now I can go to that speaker. What is that flashing light? Oh. Why are you flashing? You like not have enough power? No, you have power. I don't know. Whatever. So, this is my escape hatch. This camera will not turn on and not function. That's why it's not detecting me at the moment. Until I flip the switch. This switch then will activate the camera. And if I'm within range, the range is right before the hatch. If I'm within the hatch and it detects me, then the siren will go off. That will go off and start playing a 60-second countdown, and the hatch will only be open for 60 seconds. So that does a countdown timer. That only stays open for 60 seconds, and it powers down. The reason being is that you don't want the zombies to continue to funnel in your tunnel. So I automatically have like, it's like your last ditch effort and being like, oh, I got to get out of here. So I created this 60-second profile. We're going to give it a shot. Hello, Mr. Why aren't you? Did not hook up? Or is it glitching again? There you go. Now the camera's on. So that's a little too close. So that plays for 60 seconds. We're not going to have it play for 60 seconds. I'm going to put it further out.
Escape gate will close in 30 seconds.
So here you go. Here's this countdown.
Alert. Escape gate will close in 20 seconds. Alert. Escape gate closing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Escape gate sealed.
Look at that. Look at that. And the only reason I did 60 seconds is because that's the only sound effect that has a 60-second countdown. So I figured, why not? And the way I did this is that under the power delay and the power duration, it has where you can toggle it. So normally it is instant and triggered. But I noticed that it has up to 60 minutes, 30 minutes, all that stuff. So I figured, why not? 60 seconds right there. And only triggers once it detects something. And as you see, it works flawlessly. So if you don't make it into 60 seconds, well, guess what? The hatch is closed and it will be permanently closed. Now here's our maintenance cage. I created a maintenance cage for any power issues that may happen under the tunnel. And that way I don't have to ruin the hatch and ruin anything else. That's how I do everything here. And then we're going to just patch it up temporarily just in case. Come down here. Here's the tunnel that I initially made. But yeah, this is mainly for maintenance. I'm not gonna paint this. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Initially it was pink, and then I was like, well, I guess I could put a door on there too. Maybe. That way I don't have to keep breaking it every time. But here is the hallway. Under normal conditions, this would be turned off until it is actually turned on. So then you would just come down the ladder from the escape hatch, turn on the power. I am going to do a 2-cycle power to where it's going to feed off of this side too. So that way when I put lights above, it's going to light up the entire way, both directions, depending on which way you go. And then you come down here. Chris, what's going on? How's it going, sir? I had to figure out how the lighting would go on the ground, because initially I just broke a piece, put a light in there, and it didn't reflect really well. So I tried many options, and up above was my better option. But you come down here. It's a pretty good distance digging I had to do. And this one didn't have a tunnel collapse. And then you come down to this power switch. This power switch turns on and opens the hatch. So you have full range to be underneath the ground without any issues of the zombies killing you. Obviously until they break the door and do whatever. But until you are ready to go up the hatch, you can chill down here as long as you want. But once you pull this trigger, the hatch opens, and then the power from the hatch to then the turrets activates. So now, if you see here, the camera's on. But if you go down here and you turn that off, hatch closes, and you go back, the camera's off, meaning the power's off. It's a very cool system. Because I didn't want to have these turrets on the entire time. I wanted only in an escape situation. That way it gave you an opportunity to get out. And you had gunners at the ready to protect you. Not many gunners. I mean, there's still 50 BMGs, but it's something. And also, if you escape at night, you have the opportunity to escape at night under light conditions. And then from there, you go wherever you please. So that's one of the escape areas. But based on what CW suggested doing this tunnel to the house or motel per se, it's a house and a motel. Two things, but they're also connected to each other. That is another game plan. And also I could probably, if I wanted to, since I have an elevator, I could probably put an elevator somewhere around here, dig a tunnel, build a garage, and then have a vehicle that goes out. I don't know. We can get creative all we want. But for here, now since I'm done building the tunnel, the very long and tedious part, and there's a zombie. I hear a zombie somewhere. Zombie? Hello? Hi, zombie. Anybody else? Anybody else? You want that piece of me? Ah, he wants a piece of me. Yeah, I'm gonna cover up this monstrosity that I did. That way it looks like it was already there. That's the cool thing about it. It's now I know I built a long tunnel. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look somewhat natural. Some of these pieces don't like to go together. And if I don't like it, I just use a dev gun and just flatten it out. Like that. It's the only thing that you can use in creative mode, which I like. It comes in handy. It's called a super digger. That way you can dig quickly, but also when you dig quickly, you have the opportunity for a collapse, like Jacob has done previously. But I'll complete this off camera. I'm not going to do the entire thing. That way you guys want to watch me just placing dirt the entire time. We can actually make progress on stuff. But for me, I would flatten this out. Kind of like that. So I'm very particular when it comes to certain things. And also, if I really wanted to, as flat as it is right there, I could literally get rid of this and then water would flow in on top. And then you would never even think, there's a tunnel down there? Yep, there's a tunnel down there. I've done that before. I've done an underground base that had a waterfall on top. And it was pretty gnarly. But yeah, it's kind of like this. I just built the steel around it. And then the water stayed on top. I don't know how I did it, but I think it's still on the same build. like same map that I'm on, because everything unlocks after a while. Yes, yeah. There's Gallon's home. I have like a couple bases out there, and they all have different biomes. If you guys didn't already know, it has winter, it has all different seasons, regular season, winter, desert. What's the other one? I think there's like 4 or 5. But yeah, we're gonna continue to do what we're doing here. Yep, right down here. We're gonna connect the rest of it. So this is the only part that gets scary. So we're up that high. And to play it safe, I want to go in the middle, but then I also don't want to go in the middle because then it's like, oh, you don't have enough supports on this side. We're going to collapse. Just doing a little bit at a time. Nothing to see here. That piece scares me. Okay. So far, so good. Just gotta keep everything. Okay, that's a little bit too close. As long as I keep it in line with the dirt, we should be fine. I mean, I am going to reinforce it better once I know where everything is going to be here. I saw movement. Don't scare me like that. Okay, you're stable, I think. I don't know. Okay. We're cool. Everybody's chilling. Chilling like a villain. Yep. Cool. Just need you to connect this bad boy over here. And you are definitely secured. That's my entire build right there. If you tell me you're not, well, then I have nothing. Okay, we're still not out of the clear yet. We gotta get this area connected. There's a hole right there. You stay. Yep, you stay there. Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. See, this is where I get ahead of myself. Where I'm like, oh, I can do whatever I like, and then it's like, oh, it's gonna bite you in the butt, Jacob. Stop while you're ahead. Oh, I hear action upstairs. The gunners are doing their job. It's probably because the zombies think I'm right here somewhere. Okay. There's a pillar. There's a pillar. Anywhere where I can create stability, I will. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. Cool. That's how you do it. Okay. Now I just gotta do this side. I do wanna... Probably gonna bite me in the butt, but I do want to push this back a little bit. It looks like it shrunk down. Yeah, I want it to be kind of like right there. Like that. Yep. That way it's a clear path all the way down. That's fine. I took it back one. Or two. Or two. Just a little bit more of an opening. There we go. Secured. And then we go like this. This is where you get, for those who have not played this, you go to shapes. Depending on what you have, you can pick from all these different types of shapes to build custom things. I just go under and type in stair. And then I go with, where's that? This one. Just like that. And there's my stairs. Boop. Now, we got this. And then we go to, we are using the industrial lights. Yep. We're just gonna put 4 here. Just as 4 square. And the other one, we're literally just gonna place them. Nothing special. But the distance has to make sense, obviously, for the wire. So I'm trying to do it as not too far away, but in range to where the wire can get it. There we go. I'll keep it on. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that power box. I'm gonna keep it on the circuit breaker that I have over here. That way, once I get to that point, then I know that I'm in the power outlet of the other one, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we go to here. Now this is where it gets crazy because there is a couple that do not have, like the mods, they like sometimes break. So then sometimes you can't see anything. As you see, that one didn't turn on. So you gotta go back to the light and do it again. Out of all the lights, that one turns red. Okay. Copy that. So random, but okay. I've wanted a red light for such a long time, and now I'm getting 2 red lights. You know what? Screw it. I I had no idea. Just your electrician here has no idea what's going on. But yeah, for the longest time, I wanted red lights for specific thing. I know it says red on here. It says Marks Light Industrial Red, because you think it would be a red light, but it always popped out as white. So anytime I did it, I'm like, okay, it's white. And then now you see there's a couple that are going red. But at least I can find the path. I don't really need all of them to be on. I just need a path light. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the floor. Not my problem. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could do it, but I already have flooring, and that's the ground. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But we got the tunnel made, and I'll show you that it is connected to the switch. Because if we look at the light here, it's on, and let there be darkness. Yep. So it's all hooked up to that one switch. Now I wish I could have another switch at the other end, and then it's like a light switch in the house. If you hooked it up to there, you could flip it from the other side and vice versa, but I don't even know if that would work. I feel like that would make my brain hurt. But we're going to use God mode, fly through here, so we don't have to spend our time over there walking. Okay, so that is the end of construction there. Let me just see if I get rid of that light. Oh, we're going to put that one back in. Oh, see? It fixed itself. Makes no sense. You know what? Screw it. Since we already know that it's gonna do that. Perfect. I will make you a white light. Now you want to play games, eh? Okay, well, you won. I'm not gonna mess with it. Not gonna mess with it at all. So yeah, that's complete. At least the tunnel is. So I don't really need my roadwork sign anymore. And I can go back to here, go to shapes, get rid of stairs, go to the very top, and bada bing, bada boom. That is all she wrote. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is one giant door. Forgot about my door. And I do have powered doors that are like this. But when I installed the mod, it didn't like me. Because I would really want a powered door right here. For once that is on, and you can come here, flip a switch, and then activate it. Kind of like the hatch. So that way you know, hey, you're sealed off from the zombies coming towards you in this area. And then once you flip the switch, then it's like go time. But we're going to add, well, yeah, we're going to block that off for now, keep it closed. And then we're going to run off of this power supply right here. So that gas is there, it's on. And then we're going to go to turrets. We have turrets, but we want specifically the ceiling turret. And the only reason I'm saying ceiling turret is because those are my best friends. Anytime I am in trouble, they seem to get me out of the situation. So we're gonna, well, we could put one right there, dead center. I'd rather have it centered than not. And then I could, it might, just might. No, I'll keep it like that. The only reason I'm saying that is because it looks cool with you not being able to see like this part right here for the garage door. I like it. It's like a sealed off entrance. So I'll keep it like that. And then I could get rid of this because this is not going to be part of it. And then cut that back a little bit to open it up. I like having things open. The most I can do is keeping it open. We're good. And then I'm gonna hopefully not cave that in. I'm gonna make it like a right corner with the steel. Okay, should be good. Yeah, we'll add some supports in the back. Just in case. Because if you guys did not know, zombies can dig in this game. This is not 3.0, this is 2.6. I have not updated to 3.0 yet. I know 3.0 has been released, but all my mods are on 2.6, so I want to stick where the mods are at. That way I can build cool things instead of having to go and re-download all the mods and all that jazz. Especially if some of them haven't updated. It just breaks the game in general. Even though I would love to see the new POIs that they've added. Eh. Not gonna hurt my feelings. Now, this can, again, for those people who have not played, you can go to materials and you can change the color. So you can make this like a wooden color. It doesn't have to be a steel color. And you can paint it, make it asphalt, all that stuff. So right now I'm just doing steel, but I can go back and do what CW did and like paint it pink or whatever it is. I'm not going to paint it pink, but I know he will. 100%. And we're going to get rid of this. Yeah, we're going to get those little corners. Get rid of that. I don't know how this is going to work because not many supports right here, but fingers crossed, we are good. I'm going to corner this off and make it a little bit more open. Also, there's little yellow boxes, like the different colors that it changes. That is an indicator if things will work or if they will fail. So I don't have a good example here. But if it was like oh, there it is. Pink. If I place it here, it just falls down because it's not supported by anything. So it's a good indicator when you're building if you have good enough supports. I don't really remember what yellow means because I know sometimes it turns green, sometimes it turns yellow. I can't remember the colors and what they actually mean. But whenever you see pink, pink is the indicator of, yeah, don't even think about it. Same goes for when you're digging. But if you're fast digging, like I was, you won't see pink until it's too late. Yeah, we'll keep that over there. I really want to... I'm going to do it anyways. I told you guys I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I got to keep everything consistent. It's going to turn the lights out here because I just disconnected that wire, but... Okay. So there we go. I'm going to get rid of that and then make it a brick. So we're going to do brick. I think it's this one. Yep. And that's how you do it. So if you guys want to match the material to what you got, like I can make this whole thing brick right now just to match everything. I'm not currently. And as you see, these hallways are pretty small, but I'm going to deal with what I deal with at the moment. And then we're going to go to here. I got to get another light. So right there. Doesn't matter which one. Perfecto. And actually, let's get rid of that. Hook it up to this. That way, that's our start of the power source. Actually, we need to go to here, and we press R. This is also a cool thing, a cool mod that I have. It is these switches. So you have your default switch, and then these are the switches that are on POIs, which is the places that you discover. That's what POIs mean. A lot of them are functional, but only one-time use. So this mod actually uses it to where you can use it as a switch in general, and you don't have one-time use. You can use it as many times as you want. So what I did on the last one, I think it was that one. We're only gonna have 3 switches here. And if you really wanted to, for that, you could go with pipes. And then the pipes could funnel down if you want to like imitate it going underneath the ground. So like this right here. Never mind. What would that be under? It's one of these. But you get the gist. You can do that and then make it as if it's going underneath the ground. Like I think it's called conduit. That would be it. There you go. So now you can show those connected as if it's going underneath the ground. Just adding to the realism. Adding to the realism. And then you go here, hook it up to there. That switch goes to the light. And now you turn it on and boom, there's your lights. And then me being me, I would label it as what it is. And get rid of that there. No longer need a switch. We hook it up to here. That way all these are powered whenever I need them, because I'm going to at least have on this one, the school had a lot. I'm not going to do a lot on the house. It's going to have lights, turrets, and spotlights. Unless I should just do the... I should do this separately. But yeah, it's going to be... turret, spotlight. Let me move this up real quick. Turn off. And then we're going to move these back here. And I should. I guess it doesn't want to do it. There's some gas. So it's called 0. And then how do I want to approach this? Yeah, we'll have it further back. That way we can have this entire wall instead of just a little smidge. And just for the heck of it, since I already have it configured to brick, we'll do brick. That way it's not a mixture of steel, brick, steel, brick. We'll just do that. And then we'll put this bad boy at the top, at the center. Sort of, kind of. And then we'll go back to our switches. We'll just add all these, even though we're not going to use all those. And then we'll go back to our conduit. Okay. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Signs. Yep, there we go. And then this one would be light. This would be indoor lights. And then we go back to here, add these bad boys back in, refuel. Turn it on. Now we're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. And we're probably just going to add one more over here and over here. That way we can actually see our board, because you couldn't read what it said right there. But now you can. Just like that. And then we're going to get rid of this light, because we already have lights. Oh, that's just rude. And then turrets. So we're going to go here, here. This guy right here. We're going to go with the ammo. And I do believe it is, yeah. Power on. Lock ammo. And good to go on that. I'm gonna bring this bad boy back down. So that way it gets it from that angle. And then this one. I think I'll add 2. Corner one. Corner one. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Okay, so we got a corner one facing there. That can get that one and that one. That corner one can get whatever comes in here and also back here. And then this guy, I feel like I should make him a corner one too. And now I gotta get another light. Come on, Jacob. Get your head in the game. Yeah, you can still see it. Cool. Okay, so switch. And the only reason I have 3 is because you're going to need support when you're coming from the tunnel if you come from the tunnel. Okay, so then I need more ammo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those were the lasers that I was talking about. It looks so intimidating on the high school build with all those lasers. Because I haven't even shown you guys the hallway of the high school. I've just been building. And I really should show you guys the hallway. There we go. A little more open. And if I really wanted to, I could build a tunnel in any direction that I wanted to. There's so many ways just in this one building. I mean, you guys see all the rock down here. It's already pre-started for me. It's just, where do you want to go? That actually might work really well. There we go. I like it. Cool. Anything on this wall? No. There we go. And while we're at it, might as well just finish the flooring. Is there any suggestions that you guys may or may not have? Like, what I should do? I'm totally up to suggestions. And I feel like on this one, instead of doing a ladder, I just build steps. Actually, what is that called? I think it's under doors, maybe? Aha, this thing. Cellar. I thought there's a powered one. I guess there's not. That sucks. I thought there was a powered cellar. Oh well. And then let's double this up. That way I have to keep toggling back and forth. There you go. It's perfect. I'm reinforcing it because I have had steps fall underneath me before. And it's not going to happen again. And then for this side, we're going to go with the right side. Yep. That way we have a railing instead of dying. Structural integrity, 100%. Yeah, we'll keep that as is. There you go. It's good to go. I do have railing. Got different types of railings. There we go. There we go. Now that's blocked off. And then we can possibly put a turret here. Maybe. It lets us. Not really. I was gonna do something, but it's gonna look stupid. And what's above here? Okay, I could technically get away with it. And I'll say you're missing a railing. That is unacceptable and not up to code. My hello there. That's it. That's all that was preventing me from putting it in the corner. Is these things right here. Now it fits. I knew there was one of them. Man, that's not a good spot. Cool. So we have two in a corner. We'll obviously get a third in a corner when we get to that point, but this is looking awesome. And this is just the start of it. I'll fix that wall. Eventually. Let's fix the wall now. It won't take long at all to do that. Cool. You guys probably know what I'm gonna do here. I mean, I already knew what I was gonna do there. That was just a given. Hello? Arr. You guys hear a zombie, but I don't see a zombie. Oh, hi zombie. Die zombie. I hear a screamer. So if you guys didn't know, those green zombies, some of them are screamers. And then they attract more zombies to come kill you. Oh, fat zombie. Radiated Big Mama. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so there's our open concepts. From what you guys know, I like open concepts. Don't know if that is necessary to be there. If it's like a structural piece or not. I guess we'll always find out. I don't really need... I just box that up as much as possible. I always get rid of trash. I don't really like to keep any of that around. Any boxes? No, don't like that. So like, look at this. We can get rid of this all right here and just make it an open floor concept. I don't want to get too crazy. Because again, I don't know if any of these are structural pieces. I have had a building come collapsing down on me before. I think it actually was during a live stream. If I'm not mistaken. Or that might have been the hotel one where the water caved in on me. That might have been the one. There we go. Yeah. We can always remodel. Just don't collapse on me, please. Yep. You can always remodel at a different time. I just have a very, 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 very bad feeling of what I'm doing is gonna cause issues. Just because it looks like all this brick was there to support the entire basement. I think we're good. I think we're good. Look at it now. Oh, yeah, there's my land claim block. We're gonna keep that because that provides heat to the entire building. By the way, this is one of those dev tools that CW said I was not allowed to play with anymore because I just go way too overboard with it, and as you guys can tell, I go way too overboard with it. Yes. But look, it looks so good. Like this. This is, like, what's the point of this? Serves no purpose, but just annoyance to me. Like, just get rid of the dirt, patch it all up, and make it a corner. Don't do that. Why is it doing that? I'm looking here, but it's going there. Make that make sense. Well, as you guys can tell, this is the outside of the building. Okay. Nope. Nope. Stop it. Oh my god. So in order to get the same piece, we just go like that. Go like that. Same piece right there. Because you can copy blocks to make them like other ones. Like if I really didn't want that there, take it away. Yeah, screw it. Make them full blocks. Okay. So that should do it. as you see, those are very important. And then we're going to get rid of that. And then, look how wide that staircase is. Staircase is wide, but the doorway is not. So we're just going to go like that. Look at that. Yeah, very easy. And just get rid of that nonsense all in general. Stairs go all the way down. No unnecessary door. I wish I could get rid of all that, but I think it's something else out there. So if we go outside, yeah, that is regarding all that. So that kind of has to be there. And in order to cover that up, we just go like this. Well, get rid of you. Place a couple blocks there. Okay. Good like that. Sure. Not really. Eh. Use your imagination. Yep, now this is the basement. We'll add our own fancy lighting in here. Yeah, we'll just go with that. And that is such a random block. So we go here. That would be concrete. And now it blends in. I just drop it just so it gets out of the way. But yeah, guys, that is gonna probably do it. Maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna showcase just a brief moment of our high school. Here's the long tunnel. All the way back to the school. Terrible. We're just gonna ignore the hatch. Go out here. Everything is on. Spotlights don't need to be on currently. Let's go this way. This is where the front entrance is. Here is the front entrance of the school. First thing when you walk in, you can choose whichever one you want. This is what you're met by. And if you go like this, that is what you're met by. I never took a screenshot of that. But yeah. I don't think a zombie's going to want to walk through. I don't think anybody in general would want to walk in here. But you got lasers in every which direction. Anywhere you go, brother, anywhere you go, there is going to be one of these turrets. Also, I have a working elevator. I had to modify the default elevator that was here and put my own elevator. You go here. And away we go. Whee! So this is where the original elevator was. At the bottom, I had to modify it to make a platform for my specific thing. But yeah, without the modifications, yeah. And then if you go in this room, yep, laser, laser. I'm glad it came with bulletproof glass immediately. I didn't have to do all that. It just came prepped like that. I took all the unnecessary trash, unnecessary stuff that didn't look right. I mean, it is a school, but I kept that just for the heck of it. Kept everything in the classrooms. There was a ledged out lead in between each classroom here. I got rid of that. I will be patching some things up over there to make it like a normal classroom. Everything in here is just the same. Didn't really change much. Kept the lockers where they were. Just kept it like a normal high school. Everything is still flipped over. Haven't changed anything in the rooms yet. Rooms will be decked out. But yeah, anywhere you go, there is going to be... That one does not have that. Actually, I don't want to connect that because I don't know if it goes to a turret or not. That one goes. So then we go here. Here, good. And then we go with it. Does it have ammo? No. So we're going to go with ammo. I'm glad I did a check, because this one would have been just sitting there, not functioning, and it could probably come in a dire situation. And welcome to my rooftop. Welcome to my rooftop. We're just going to take a pan out. I got turrets in every which direction. I got the vulture turrets. I guess that's what they call them. Yeah, vulture hunter turrets. I've never used the box turret yet, but I like all the 50 BMG turrets. Yeah. Also, during testing of my north, south, east, and west cameras, the turrets do so well that they don't even show up on radar on my north, south, east, and west. That's how good these turrets are from a distance range. Yeah, you got all this. There is some doors, like this door right here is locked, but allows access via the camera. Same thing for this camera. They have different floors, everything. I'm gonna go back down to the bottom floor. That one has the same door situation. I guess I forgot some trash that was in the hallway. Always bugs me. Bathrooms are the same. Stuff that was already here is still here. Looks like some are still flashing red. Here's that thing I was talking about with the button. So you press it once and does that, but it doesn't really function much anymore after that. Here's another back entrance, and you're met with two turrets. And these all have pressure plates, so that way when you exit, you can exit, but a zombie, if you really wanted to, can exit as well, but he just can't enter. This camera is only for the entrance right here. This camera is for my switchboard, which is the north, south, east, and west, which this would be facing south. I'm going to close that. But I'm going to show you guys as a test dummy. Let's go find some zombies of how well my defense system is. Anybody? Wakey, wakey, zombies! Wakey, wakey! Just you? Okay, well. Oh, there's Fatso. Hi guys, how's it going? So this guy has bees, so I'm not getting stung by those. Yeah, come on. Let's go, fellas. You can walk a little bit faster. I feel like I might have to find a radiated zombie. Because radiated zombies go a little bit faster. And Slowpoke McGee over there. Oh yeah, I did blow up a gas station pump. Wakey, wakey! Y'all suck. Oop, oop. I got some fast zombies. Maybe. Oh yeah, you're a feral. Cool. Come here, buddy. Let's go show them what you got. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should. There you go. So now I don't have God mode on. This is also a bad idea. So, my defense system kills them. Look at this. He's all the way back here, and my defense system is already shooting at him. I'm going to stay here while the others group together, as they should group together. Come on. Come on, buddy. There you go. Good job. Okay. So, they can't kill me. But my defense system, like, marks them right here at this corner of this facility. So I'm going to quickly run to the gymnasium and see if I can pick them up on radar. They probably won't make it there, but we'll see. Oh, they didn't even show up on radar. Oh, that's so sad. That guy died back here. Like I said, I got a good defense system, and they didn't get that far. Yeah. It's pretty darn good. I can't wait. I don't have it set to day 7 for like 7 days dive for like when the blood moon is. I got it set to 21. But I think I'm in good standing. I'm going to wait till CW gets on. I don't know if he's getting on tomorrow. Fingers crossed he is. If he does get on tomorrow, I'll live stream again. And I'll show you anything that we add on. Obviously, we're going to work on the house. That's the main thing. The school is done. School is completely done. There's nothing really I need to add to it. Besides if he wants to paint it like he has been painting it pink. The escape hatch is complete on this side. Nothing really need to be done on that side. The only thing that really does need to be done is patching this up with dirt, possibly flooding it with water, and then the rest of it is just making modifications to the house here and also the tunnel system that goes to this. And I think I can show you, if I remember the path to this. I think it was upstairs. Was it? It was some random room that had a hatch. I can't remember where it's at. But the one way I can show it is obviously using God mode. There's a tunnel system. Hi, Nightwolf. Oh, okay. So it's the other direction down in the basement. So when you go down here, this door, the light's green now? Okay. So when you go to this door and go over, again, unnecessary corner, then it takes you to a ladder, which then takes you to the motel. So this is the... I don't even know how you get over here. Yep. Okay, so there's the house. Here's the motel. So it takes you there. But then you also have this area right here that has a hatch. And you can use this to also get from room to room. All the way to the very end. So it's like you're literally in the attic. This part right here, CW shot it and had me go underneath it at one point in time. Absolutely, sir. Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, CW found this part out right here about this house because he's like, oh, we can connect the tunnel to it. I didn't realize how big of a tunnel I had to make to actually get over here. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And then also to come to find out, I found a tunnel that actually was connected to the motel right here. I mean, I wasn't expecting that part. So we had a tunnel that we were initially going to dig, but this one already connected to that one. So you're having one over to the left, because I made that one. Then you made a long one. Then you made this one over here, which was already part of the game. So you have 1, 2, 3 escape paths. 3 escape paths. I mean, I don't know defense-wise what I'm going to do on this house, because it doesn't have a lot of necessary corners that I like to use. I could probably get rid of some of the siding right here, but then that takes away from the look. I'll figure it out because it's kind of slanted. You can't really do much when it's slanted, because when you go to wherever it's at, as you see, these bad boys don't connect to it. I mean, they do, but it looks so out of place. I like when it's flush up against it. So it works well for these, because I can just take these posts out. It'll still function as a roof. And then I can just put them on each corner. And I've done that before in the past. And it looks actually really well. And you can also fake it. So I can take these 2 posts out, keep those 2 posts there, take those 2 posts out, and it still looks good. And then you can also fill it in with the bulletproof glass. Bulletproof glass goes really well with it too. And then you can also make another like doorway right here that's bulletproof glass. So that way you have an entrance and an entrance, like a two-factor authorization type thing. Yeah. I was thinking, I think I said this in the beginning, possibly, of building a garage door right here. Or probably better yet, over here. In like building a garage door in the ground, which I've done that before. It looks so freaking sick doing that. But you just create garage door right here, flush with the building. It could be another tunnel direction, and then you could put a vehicle there, and then that would be a fourth escape route. So if you need to go, like literally get out of Dodge, this would be your way to head straight on. And then with that one, I would probably either create a little path here to then connect to the road, like lined up 90 degrees to the road right here. I don't know. However, I feel like it makes sense. Or you just literally make it 90-90. 90 here, 90 here, take the guardrail out, connect it right to the drive path. And it all depends on where you would have to go. So this goes off-road, so that would probably not be the best route to do it, but this goes for a long distance. So that might be the best route to go compared to this one, which you don't know where it goes to. I hope you guys went to enjoy. I'm going to get off for tonight. More comes tomorrow. Either expanding on what we're doing over here, creating the garage. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what the game plan is. If you guys have any ideas, definitely comment on the live stream, because I love interacting with the chat. I like interacting with your ideas and how we can improve things, make it better. But hey, if you want to keep lurking, that's fine. Totally fine with me. The Night Wolf, how was your July 4th? How was your weekend? Was it lit? Too soon? Too soon? What do we got here? We want to turn off lights on the inside just for now. I hope you guys went to enjoy. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe for more content like this one. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out of here. Peace! A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I had so much fun building this. I wish I showed you guys in the beginning when I first started building this. But I didn't. I failed you. I failed you so hard. But I like it. And I have to show you guys my other projects too. Some of them were good. Some of them are just defense heavy. That are down the road. Like way down the road. I mean, there's some that are all the way over here in this part of nowhere. There's a prison one that I thought was pretty cool. I had an idea in my head what I wanted to do, but it's like, That's why I kind of took over the high school. I was like, this sounds like a better concept. The prison, not so much. Because it already had watchtowers. The watchtowers were awesome. But nothing was really hooking up the way that I wanted it to be. I don't know. But I already said peace. I can just keep talking. But you know what? It is what it is. Have a great day. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah. It's no longer Monday. Well, I mean, it's still Monday. But tomorrow's Tuesday. Deuces.